everyone, it's me, Dr. V, Dr. Life Coach, Life Transformation Coach, and I'm here today with day 3 of our group life coaching. Now, the whole point of this is to adjust this lighting. The whole point of this is to help everyone during this crazy time. If you're watching this during the COVID situation, so that's the whole reason I started this. I do this anyway, but I'm doing this for free at the moment because I want to. This is my way of giving back and helping our global society at the moment. We've got amazing people on the front line. Just giving it their all is absolutely phenomenal. So I'm on maternity leave at the moment. I've got my babies upstairs asleep, so this is my way of giving back, and it's an absolute pleasure and joy to do so. So if you're interested in further details, just PM me. So today's lesson is a really phenomenally important one, okay? And those of you that have joined me, hi Vicky, hi Samadi, thank you for joining me. Today's lesson is really vitally important. I really want you all to really focus. If you're in London, I know you're tired because it's past 10 o'clock, but just stay with me. Really want to focus on this one. So the key thing is having a routine. Okay, so hi Vicky. So having a routine is really important. Now, I know right now, those of you who are working from home or possibly not working, which I know is really difficult. A lot of people have either lost their jobs for, it's no one's fault. These things happen. But a lot have lost their jobs or lost income, and there's just a lot going on, losing their health, etc. So it's very, sometimes routines are the last thing you think of, right? Because you're sort of like, well, there's like enough going on, that's the last thing I can think about. No, actually, this is so important. Having a routine is a form of self-care, okay? So self-care is self-love, it is self-compassion, and that is also self-discipline. Now, discipline doesn't have to be like, I'm going to really push, I'm going to really force it, and that it doesn't have to be like you're trying really hard. No, your routine might be that today I just have to, it might be just I have to sort the laundry out, that's it. Or it might be, I'm just going to make sure that I complete that work project, that I'm working on. I'm just going to make sure I complete that one task, which has been on my list every single day for the last week. I'm just going to make sure I complete that and nail it. And it's much better to do it that way, especially at the moment, rather than have, which I do sometimes, have like, this whole list, like 10 things, I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to do that, and it's going to be crazy, and it's amazing, blah, blah, blah. And then, it's a really long day, especially when you've got like little ones or carer or doing lots of things. And then you start to feel really guilty, right? You feel really guilty, like, I didn't get that done. I'll put it on my list and I'll do it tomorrow. And then tomorrow comes and you don't do it. And then the next day and blah, blah, blah. And what happens is that your vibration starts to go down, because guilt is a low vibration. Okay, so I will talk another day about the law of vibration in a bit more detail. But essentially, the law of vibration is as real as the law of gravity, right? It's real. So there are different levels of vibration. The high vibration is like me now. Like, I feel good. I feel joy with feeling fulfilled and being able to share my knowledge in this way, and Pura is on, and Vicky is that, all these beautiful people who are on to share this connection with. So I feel good, so my vibration is high, and when your vibration is high, like attracts like. Okay, it's just simple science. So that means I'm attracting more of that into my life in some shape or form, and that's what we mean by abundance. Having an abundance mindset. It's abundance in wealth, it's abundance in love, it's abundance in peace, in health, in everything. Okay, so abundance mindset is what we want. The opposite of that is scarcity mindset, fearful mindset. It's very anxious, and it's very like contracted. And those are very low vibrations. That's a pyramid of vibrations like this. It's an upside down pyramid. And the lower emotions like guilt, fear, anxiety, all of these emotions are there for a reason, but they're basically very low vibrations. They're purely there to sort of signpost something to you, you know, like, okay, there's something you need to work on, and that's it. And then you need to kind of move away from that emotion, okay? So what we don't want to do is be putting so many things on our to-do list that we then feel guilty, because that's actually going to make you feel really rubbish, and that's not going to help you. So, and especially at this point in time, feeling bad makes you feel more stressed. It's not great for your health, which is obviously not what we want. So what we want to do is we still want to challenge ourselves, okay? Because as I spoke about yesterday, having a goal right now is what keeps your energy levels up. It gives you focus. It gives you a sense of meaning, especially during adversity, during these sorts of times. It's more important than ever to have a goal of some sort, a goal which is working towards you being a higher version of yourself. So that's really integral. That's really important. So what I want you to do is every day, please join me on these calls. I'm doing it so to keep me accountable in some kind of structure. I'm doing these on weekday evenings, okay, these coaching calls, to show me basically that when it's the weekend, I'm not technically completely off. Like, I still do my routine, I still do everything, my mindset work, I still do everything, but it's to show, it's my way at the moment of showing me like this is a weekend, when it feels like every day, you know, it can feel like every day it's the same, right? Like Groundhog Day. So how do we not want Groundhog Day? Is we need a routine. Somebody asked me yesterday, someone messaged me from watching my videos about, oh, can I do something on procrastination? And this is it. So having a routine and actually writing it out, so actually having a piece of paper and writing down what you're going to do that day is super important. But there's a way in which you do it, okay? You know, how I do it anyway. It's very easy to be like, oh yeah, I've got loads of stuff to do, you know, 8 a.m, 9 a.m, blah, blah. But it depends, you know, you've got to start your day right. Okay, it's not just how you spend your day, it's how do you start your day. So start your day is a morning routine. Okay, I want you to all develop a morning routine. There is a phenomenal book, I'm going to forget the name now, I think it's called Miracle Mornings, by Hal Elrod, I think. I will post, I'll post a link of the book down below. But it's a phenomenal book, and it's essentially talking all about the differences of Miracle Morning. I've also written a book as well, you know, it's a shameless plug, and it's called Habits, and it's available on Amazon Kindle, and that also goes into your morning routine and different habits that you can use, and this is so important right now, okay? So what you want to do is you start your morning off with gratitude. Why is gratitude so important? Because, you know, I talked about the pyramid of vibrations. It raises your vibration. So you start the day feeling good. And it might be something really small, especially at the moment, like, I'm so happy and grateful now. So that's how you start. I am so happy and grateful now. Okay. And then whatever it is. And then you think about why you're grateful for that. And you have to do this with real feeling, okay? This isn't, you don't just say it and that's it. No, these aren't just words. It's more than the words, it's the feeling. Because what is feeling? Feeling is vibration. And as I said, vibration is a true law. It's a universal law. So it's all about the feeling, okay? So I am so happy and grateful that I have woken up, you know, healthy and happy with my loved ones, safe in my home. I'm so happy and grateful for my amazing, brothers and sisters on the front line, working in all their various capacities, working so hard so that I can be safe, working in my way at home. And I'm so grateful that I'm also able to work at home. Lots of people are not able to do that. So whatever it is, you can change your perception at any time. There's always something to be grateful for, okay? And this is also what I believe Viktor Frankl did, who was a psychologist who was in the survivor from the Auschwitz Holocaust. Holocaust camp. So these are the things that actually got people out of some really, really tough times. Nelson Mandela, 27 years, Robben Island, right? So these are the people who have been through some tough times, and these are the things that got them through. It was having a routine. Nelson Mandela used to wake up, I think, at like 4:30 every morning, and in his tiny little cell, he would work out for 45 minutes on the spot, jogging on the spot, doing push-ups, press-ups. He would do it every single day because that was his routine. Okay, that kept him going, and that's how he was priming his mind, right? When he was in his sort of kind of quarantine in imprisonment, he was priming his mind and his body to be ready 27 years later. How phenomenal, right? To then lead the country, to completely lead. How phenomenal. So imagine if he spent those 27 years just wasting away, getting fat, becoming alcoholic, just not really doing much. That obviously he would never been able to accomplish what he did, right? So I think we can manage for a few months, don't you think? Okay, so we're going to do our routine, and what I want you to start with is gratitude. Now, if you're like me, and you do your sleep training with your kids, and then you all wake up and you're all in bed together, and it's like one big slumber party, then it's a bit hard to kind of wake up really early, and ideally you want to write out your gratitude, okay, because it really sticks into your subconscious mind a lot more. Just say it, or just in your mind, make it happen. Just make it happen, okay? No more excuses. Let's make this happen. Come on, it's good for us. So what we want to do is really think with feeling at least 3 things. Okay, start easy. But if you can do 10, bonus points, okay? So 3 things that you're grateful for. Then I want you to, yesterday, if you don't know what I'm talking about with goal cards, then watch the video from yesterday, okay? So yesterday I talked a little bit about goal setting, and with that, what we're basically doing is we're setting a goal. A goal is important. One, yes, we want to achieve whatever that goal is, which is making us be a better version of ourselves. But in attaining a goal, can you see that you have to really grow as a person? So whatever my goal is, I am growing so much to be that Vidhya that has that goal. That Vidhya who has that dream, that goal that I'm working towards, she is thinking different things. She's feeling different things. She is doing different things every single day with her day, okay? And that's why she achieves those goals. That's also why she deserves it. And what is all of those things you're doing is habits. These are all habits, okay? So that's why it's so phenomenally important that you do it. Yes, there will be days when it's a bit crazy, and that's when we just focus on just the one thing. What is the one thing that I'm going to do today? And it might just be focusing on, for example, family time. And I'm not saying just, but what I mean is it doesn't mean when I say daily routine that this is purely for work, right? So this can be your self-care routine. This can be time with your family. Maybe it's that your schedule is showing what you're doing all day and what activities you're going to do as a family, or you're homeschooling, or whatever it is, okay? So you've got to build it in. But the first thing you start off with is your morning routine. So you've got your gratitude, you've got ideally you're writing this all down, and get like a nice journal, something nice, not some scrappy piece of paper. Get something really like a nicest journal you have, okay? This is all about feeling good, okay? So a nice journal, start afresh, start new, whatever's happened in the past, draw a line under it, done, what's done is done, let's move forward, okay? So we're going to start right now. You don't have to even wait till tomorrow. You're going to start right now by just getting things ready. You're going to get a nice journal, or just, a new sort of pad, a paper, whatever, make it happen. And start with your gratitude, then visualization. So yesterday I talked about having a goal and write out your goal on a goal card. like you get those, when you're making a speech, like those cards, is it A5? I can't remember. But, like a card like that, or like a small business card, that kind of size. Something you can normally stick in your wallet, or something that you can easily have to hand. And look at it every day. Maybe stick it out where your toothbrush is, or your like skin creams and things like that. Where something that you use every day. I put it also where I pray every day just so it's there every day, you know, it makes me feel good. So focus on your goal. What is it? Whatever your goal is, your big goal, and we'll do goal setting another day because that's like a whole other topic. But focus on that goal and really visualize it, okay? And what I want you to do is I want you to either go on Spotify or YouTube or whatever, and I want you to listen to a song which makes you feel so good whilst you're doing this, okay? Really good. I'm talking epic music, okay? Epic music, something like Star Wars, something instrumental, because if you're anything like me, I start like writing down the words. But something instrumental, because I don't want the lyrics just to disturb what you're visualizing. Okay, so an epic song, I literally type into YouTube epic song. Epic music, victory, you know, what I want to feel. So I type in like epic music, victory, warrior, woman, you know, like that's like my avatar, you know, whatever makes you feel good, whatever works for you. Maybe it might be something that's a bit more chilled out if it's an evening and you're doing visualization, which is what I'll be doing tonight, because I do all of this in the night time as well as part of my nighttime routine, okay? So you're going to listen to some epic music, basically makes you feel really good, and you are going to really imagine yourself having achieved that goal, okay? So what I want, one of our goals that everyone who's watching this, one of our goals is that we are continuing to be healthy, in every sense of that word. Health means mental health, spiritual health, which is nothing to do with religion or everything to do with religion, but basically it doesn't matter what religion you are, but spirituality, and emotional health, physical health, okay? So all aspects of health is really important, and focusing on, you know, like this whole, you know, corona thing is done and everyone's healthy and we've learned new lessons as a humanity, as a global society, and we're a much higher version of ourselves, you know, collectively together we're just doing things so much better, and we've moved forward. So but what we have to do is that goal, you have to imagine it from the end point. So what that means is you imagine it as if it's already done. It's already completed. It's all finished. It's all done, and we're all fine. We're all healthy. We've actually really grown. It's actually been a great time of productivity because of everything we're doing now, and because you've been watching my coaching every day, every weekday, and we've been engaging. And so because of that, you're really productive. Because I'm telling you, you do not want to be one of these people in 3 months' time, in 12 weeks' time, when you know the world is changing rapidly, okay, and it's going to be changing phenomenally over the next few months. And that's not to scare you, that is to impress upon you how important this is and how cool and amazing it is that you are in control of you. No one else is. So therefore, it's limitless what you can achieve, right? So this is a good thing. So we don't want to be, hopefully there'll be no one like this, but there will be, unfortunately, some people who are, I don't know what they're doing now. It doesn't mean you're not allowed to, you know, chill out or anything like that. I'm not saying that, but not looking after themselves properly. And so they're going to really struggle in a few months' time, right? When there's this whole new world which is rapidly developing, and they're not able to function in that world as well, and it's going to be a real struggle, which is unnecessary. Okay, so we want to be building up our skills. We want to be working on keeping an open mind and working on like new projects. We want to be looking after our health mentally, emotionally, which is a whole different thing. Mentally, emotionally, spiritually, as I said, it's nothing to do with religion, and then physically as well. You know, even on the front line, everything is changing, right? The way we're working, everything is changing. So it's really important that we kind of, in a really positive, exciting way, try to keep abreast of some of the changes, you know, don't know all the changes, but just something, so that we can be like, okay, cool, right, we're finally doing e-consultations. It just took coronavirus to do it, but anyway, so, you know, like, just embrace it. Let's just do this, you know, and let's just think every day, like, right, okay, I'm ready, universe, like, what are the lessons I need to learn today? What are the lessons that I'm excitedly, positively going to learn, and show me. And when you go at life with that kind of open mind and an open heart, and compassion for all, but also self-care and self-love and all of that, it is very different. It's very different. You know, you don't need to be scared. It doesn't change what's going on. I'm not saying you ignore it, but you can always kind of use it in a different way for like, right, this is a great time to come together. This is a great time to show how incredible how many cool things are going on, right? How much creation is happening right now, right? We could have done this all this time. So I'm not saying that this in a negative way, but how cool. So this is also a good thing that's happening. All of this amazing creation, all of this compassion that people are realizing for one another. So focus on the blessings, right? So visualization, again, as I said, so you want to focus on the end point. It's already achieved. You're going to close your eyes and you're going to imagine yourself through your eyes. Okay, so I'm closing my eyes and I'm imagining myself. I'm not looking at myself, but I'm looking through my eyes at my world, what it looks like. I'm so happy and grateful now. I have achieved my goal. I've got one professional goal or career goal or business goal or whatever it is, and I've got one personal goal, and sometimes they kind of merge. And you know, what does that look like and what does it feel like? And it feels so good. It's all about feeling, and it feels so good. I'm listening to my music, my epic music, and I'm going to listen to that same song every single day, because what you'll find after a while is when you just play the music, which you can have on your phone, you can download it. When things are a little bit hectic, a bit crazy, you can just play the song and it reminds you of that feeling. It's all about the feeling, but it reminds you of why you're doing all of this. You know, when you're working really hard and it's a bit of a crazy day, or someone's being a little bit, a little bit crazy, you can play that song, or you can remind yourself of that song, or hum that song and be like, okay, like this is all kind of part of the process to get there, to get to my goal. This is me learning something right now because I'm becoming that Vidhya that has achieved that, and that Vidhya is thinking different thoughts and is so much more wiser and so much more resilient and has so much more productive, so much more she's doing because of what I'm learning now. Does that make sense? But you have to have an open mind. So really use your routine every day to focus on your goal, what it is that you want, and your daily kind of routine you're setting for yourself is something that is working towards that goal. Does that make sense? It's a bit like if you're trying to lose weight, then every day you want to be doing some form of exercise, whether it's a HIIT workout or maybe it's a bit more of a chill day and you're going for a walk or doing some yoga, right? So there's something working towards that goal. Again, eating wise, you've got like a calorie, you're working out your intake and outtake. So what I mean is that your goal might be this, but then you kind of break it down and figure out, okay, so therefore roughly daily I need to be doing this, and weekly I need to be doing this. And again, you do what is realistic but also kind of challenges you a little bit, because this is all about growth, right? So we don't want to lower our goals. We want to increase the effort. We want to increase our vibration, and we want to feel good doing it. So if something's making you feel really like crap, basically, I'm trying to think of a better word, then maybe that's not what you should be doing. Maybe that's not the way. So I want to tell you a little story about the fly, and it's from this phenomenal book called U Squared by... I'll post a link. I'll post a link down below. Pritchard. I'll post a link. But it's called U Squared. And it's basically about a fly, any fly, who is trying to get out of this room. Okay, so the fly is looking out this window, and as flies do, it's like trying really hard. It's trying to get out and it's banging against a window. Okay, it's not working. So what do we always normally think? Oh, it's not working, so I've got to try even harder and I've got to increase the effort. Come on, really force it. We all know what happens to that fly. Unfortunately, the fly doesn't really make it. Okay, the fly ends up a bit kaput on the windowsill because it just kept trying, and actually there was like a door ajar literally like a foot away, and it could have just flown out. That was it. Actually increasing effort or trying harder wasn't actually the way. It was a change in the strategy. It needed to do things in a different way. Okay, so if we want a different result, we need to do things differently. Okay, hence why the world is changing so much right now. This, in my opinion, is a spiritual awakening, not negating all the suffering and, you know, how crazy it is. I'm not saying all of that, but equally there is a sort of movement going on, right? And there's a lot of people collaborating and working together from all walks of life, and it's beautiful. It's beautiful watching all of these creations happening. So this is also another way of achieving a different result for humanity, for our global society. It's a different way of doing things. People are realizing there's a different way we need to be doing things, and now they're doing it. So that is the lesson for today. So I want to, you know, for me, something I'm working on is with my productivity. I like to keep a timer. So because I know, as you can see, I get very passionate and I can go on and on and on, and I really enjoy it. But equally, I also need to be having then time to be working on, right, so I want to get this done, so I need that time to focus on that. And then my bedtime routine is also really important as well. So we want to be spending time really visualizing and having gratitude for already having achieved those things which we want. Does that make sense? So the goal that you want, you imagine it and visualize it as if you have already achieved it. And how do you feel? And it feels amazing. And you literally want to do that as much as you can. There's no limit. And that works, because what happens is you start to naturally attract, law of attraction, law of vibration, different ways of achieving that goal. But like the fly story, it's about being creative, right? So we'd say Corona right now, we'd say the NHS, it's not about, okay, people are working very hard and trying very hard, but it's not about let's try harder and let's open 24 hours, let's open 20, you can't open more hours, there's only so many hours a day. So it's about doing things differently. Okay, so in the same way, it's about being really creative and finding different ways of achieving your goal. And the more you do this, the more you'll find that. And the key is to do this every single day. So even on the weekend, even if your routine is morning routine of gratitude, visualization, looking at my goals, and maybe then you know your goal is working on, I don't know, being healthy, physically healthy. So right, I'm gonna literally, I write down, for breakfast, I write down what I'm gonna have for my breakfast. Right, for breakfast, I'm going to have my smoothie with, and so I know that I've got my nutritional products, or I've got my oatmeal and my blueberries or whatever it is, and I know if I need to order anything as well, right? So it helps with that. Kind of like, what am I going to have? Doesn't have to be in huge detail, but you have a rough idea. What are the kids going to have? Okay, I've got those things, right? And it's less stress the next day, right? Because I know what we're going to have. So especially if you're like me, you kind of haven't actually slept sometimes. So it's quite nice to be like, what am I doing? Oh, okay, yeah, blueberries. And just do it if you're feeling a bit like that, rather than just feeling, if I'm using my outside environment and affecting my mindset, then I'd be really tired and like, oh, but I didn't sleep, so I'm just going to eat this sugary cereal, which is not going to do anything for my immune system or help me. I'm just going to eat this, this rubbish food because I'm tired and, I deserve it, all that stuff. Instead, it's like, okay, no, I've already laid it out. It's all here for you. I'm helping you. So you're helping yourself. You're like, okay, wicked, we're going to have this. So the kids are having that. And then what is it I'm doing? Oh, right, from this time to this time, I said I'm going to work on this activity with my toddler, and we're going to go through this. So when we do that, or we're going outside, and then from this time to this time, I'm working. I've got like a coaching client, and so they're gonna, I'm gonna call them, and we're gonna have a chat about that. And you just lay it out, you just make it easy for you. So it's all there. So use your routine, and then again, schedule in your family time, right? Because sometimes we're all working. We get so focused on a particular goal that sometimes always think, is this goal for the highest version of myself? And that higher version of yourself, that goal, means that it is in alignment with the highest version of all. So if you've got a goal which is which might be amazing for you, but it's maybe not so great for other members of your family or loved ones or colleagues or in your team. Maybe it's not the right goal, or maybe it needs to be tweaked and achieved in a different way, a different strategy, whereby you are, everyone is able to be healthy, wealthy, have, abundance of love and peace and joy and all of those things. Because this is all about the highest version of all, right? This is about, in any walk of life, this is about a win-win solution for all. I know sometimes that's not always achievable, but that is the idea. That's what we want to be striving towards. Okay, this is all about leaving everyone with a feeling of increase in everything that we do. There is no point if doing something makes you feel amazing, but it makes other people feel not that great. Okay, or the only reason you feel you are successful is by pushing other people down. That is not success. Okay, so success is when you're achieving everything and you're also helping other people to rise up to your level, and you keep going, and everyone's growing together. That is success. And you can be using your time right now, whether you're at home or on the front line or whatever's going on, to really think about what is it that I really want, aside from obviously, all of this. This too shall pass, and it will pass, but learning through this. But it's about having an open mind, accepting it is what it is, and let's really learn some new skills. This is actually in some ways an amazing time, right? Because people are finally coming together and finally collaborating, and people in most situations are putting away, past grievances and things like that. So this is about opening and learning and growing together. So let's use this time, let's build up our skills. Let's please not be in a situation in 3 months' time where we have no idea what's going on, we haven't been preparing. Please create your own economy, because the whole world is changing, right? It's a very different world. So, and it's good to have, multiple sources of income. It's good to, whatever those sources are, which are ethical. So multiple sources of income. Think about online businesses. Think about how you can, like with NHS, everything's gone online, and e-consultations. So online is a way forward. This is why we're doing this right now. And it also means it's accessible to the world. How beautiful. It's accessible to the world, and it's also accessible to everyone. So people who are also unable to leave their houses normally, or maybe people who might not even be able to stay at home for whatever reason, and how they're watching this. So that is a lesson for today. Routine is super, super important. If you want more ideas on how to create your habits, please do look at my book. I'll post a link down below. And there's a phenomenal book also, which is Miracle Mornings. That's also really good. So use them, study them. Let's work on being the best version of ourselves, even more amazing. And love you all very much. And please do comment down below if you've got any questions or something you want me to focus on that you're having real difficulty with at the moment. Please do comment down below, or if it's something really private, then do just send me a message, PM me, and let's do this. Let's really use this time. This is an awakening. Use this time to think, right, am I really doing what I want to do? How can I change things up? And if you need help, please let me help you. All right, much love to all of you. To Life Mastery, we can do this. It's all about your perception, okay? And what you believe becomes a fact. Whatever you believe becomes a fact. Okay. All right, guys. Take care and catch you tomorrow. Bye.